Yeah, yeah, Riga in the game. From the screen to the field, it's all the same. AI in the zone, XR in the play. We hacking the future the sport hack way. Ideas in motion, we don't stand still. Code meets passion, that's power and skill. From data to dreams, we shape the notion. Sport hack 25, ideas in motion. Move it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Sport hack, ideas in motion. Prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Sport hack, ideas in motion. It's 11:11, the team's logging. Online first, let the sprint begin. From Riga to the world, innovation collide. AI, coaches and data inside. Smarter performance, yeah, that's the play. Predict, prevent, push limits every day. Code the game, X, R, the crowd. We build a future, bold and loud, loud. Ideas in motion, we don't stand still. Code meets passion, is power and skill. From data to dreams, we shape the notion. Sport hack 25, ideas in motion. Move fast, dream big, take the shot. Sport hack 25, give it all you got.
Hello, everybody. Ideas in motion. So, my name is Carlos. I'm a lead organizer of SportHack 2025. And today we are here to listen to 3 interesting tech startup stories. And the main idea about those stories is inspire you to work on your cool ideas during the SportHack hackathon, which will happen in November. And today we'll have 3 great speakers, as I already mentioned, from Tournated, Blue Shock Race, and HackMotion. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce to the stage founder of Tournated, Nikita Ribakovs. Hi, Nikita.
Hey, how are you doing?
How are ideas? Are they on motion?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, so right now, Nikita will share his story, and after that, there will be other 2 cool stories. Yeah, Nikita, stage is yours, and we can start.
Perfect. Thanks. First of all, thank you to Carlos and the whole team for organizing such important event for the local sports industry, and thanks for inviting me for the event to speak. So I have prepared a presentation where I will talk about my background and the journey, story behind Tournated, our current traction and milestone, what we have reached to this stage, and what we have learned. So about myself, so I am ex-professional athlete. I am actually national champion of Latvia in 7 different sports, starting from tennis, where I was the champion of all different junior ages. Then eventually I moved to other racket sports like paddle, beach tennis, pickleball. And at the age of 14, I actually already understood that I won't be that big name in the scene of sports, and started to go into IT and build my first startups, learn business IT, learn programming, and this eventually helped me actually to build Tournated. Also, at the age of 18, when at the same time I was still a professional beach tennis player, I started to work with International Tennis Federation. And this is where I understood like places in the market where there are technological gaps. And I think this is also one of the most important things when you're building a startup or the company, is to be in the niche where you can feel yourself very confidently, be an expert, and also where you can feel the problem which you want to solve. And this was specific my case. In case of Tournated, in that time, the most solutions were focused on clubs, helping clubs to grow their operations, grow their revenue, but there was nothing for governing bodies, for national, international federations, for sports ministries. And this is also where we found our niche. So we started to develop Tournated in 2023 and launched our first MVP in 2024, around September. And basically, since then, we started to actively join different contests, including in Latvia. So we became winners of Ribakovs. We got the grant from SEP, Jedesma, and we also became the winners of TechShow 25. And it's also definitely what I'm suggesting to do to Latvian-based hackers and founders is to join all those opportunities provided by local agency LIA and other supporters of the ecosystem. So far, I would say in around 1 year time, we are now operating in more than 50 countries and 10 sports. We even sold free franchises to big markets like the US and Puerto Rico. We're now already powering more than 300 organizations, more than 50K competitive athletes, and we have processed in just 1 year more than 150K entries. So I already started to talk about it, but yeah, what we build is the white label SaaS. So basically, it's a solution which helps sports organization to launch their own white label platforms under their brand and data to fully automate, grow, monetize, and unify all their operations. So basically, in the most cases, it's let's say Latvian Tennis Federation. So they have launched their web platform, they have launched their mobile app, they're full of control of their platform. Then they gave access to all clubs, schools, organizers, coaches, and basically all ecosystem using their platform. And they have all the data, which then they can monetize in a different ways. And one of them, which is by getting grants and support from Latvian Sports Ministry and from sponsors. In general, in terms of the technology and solution what we're providing, first is generic management of sports organization. So we have built hierarchical system which allows like basically manage all their employees and sub organization, complete all licensing, certification of not only of athletes but also on coaches and referees. So it's, I would say, all in one very comprehensive solution. Also, they can manage their tours, leagues, and tournaments. Basically, it's again, it's from start from to the finish, from taking registrations to generating automatical draws, order of play, final standings, updating rankings, so all around the events. Also, we are now launching management of clubs and sports schools. It's basically online booking of courts, classes, management of groups, attendance of clients. Again, we're trying, like the goal of what we're building is to provide all-in-one solution that then, like let's say if it's governing body, they didn't need to use any other solution. So all data stayed in one place, which they manage and control. Also, event management, basically managing events like conferences, camps, seminars, related to the sports. And yeah, obviously we provide analytics and monetization tools to make sure that they can track the performance. So this is how it looks dashboard for the managers. So basically, I would say it's all what features I just described, but in a visual way where they can manage all their operations. What we did to build it is, yeah, we went through most popular SaaS solutions and made sure that the onboarding is easy and straightforward, that all the data is structured in the way that people got used to. So our idea is that even if it's a niche product which is oriented to the sports, still at the same time people using similar user interface. And it's also with the mobile app. So basically, sports organizations can easily launch their mobile apps. So it's a good comparison, so that we're calling ourselves a Shopify for sports management, because idea is quite similar as with Shopify. Any business owner, e-commerce owner willing to build online presence, they can just use Shopify instead of building their own. And it obviously it saves a lot of costs, and it's just much easier and faster to do. And I would say now is the main part of the presentation, is because I wanted to go as quickly as possible through our journey, because I would say journey was quite interesting, because we started with just the idea and first design clients. And I would say this might be another recommendation from my side. It's always better to build a product with someone already who would be the client, and then they can already direct you in the features they need, and not only the feature itself, but what would be expectation around user experience and so on. So we already started to do with couple organizations, but it took us a while to actually get traction. I would call it, to go outside our comfort zone. So yeah, as I mentioned before, we launched in September with couple governing bodies who we were building the solution together with. Then straight away we started try to do the fundraise, because initially we were partially bootstrap, partially we had one of our founding members was providing capital, but obviously to scale faster we needed a bigger inflow of the capital. So we tried already to do the fundraise straight after the launch, even preparing before the launch, in which we failed. Apart from us not being in that exciting market for the VCs, which now primarily are hyped about AI, and we are more like a traditional niche SaaS. It took a while for us to prove the traction, and that actually we're building something what market needs, and that there is enough of opportunity around scalability. So eventually we were getting some interest, but not at the valuations we were interested in. So after failing the fundraise, we invested more of our own capital, and then we started to join different fundraising schools and conferences to first get increase our network, and also in general improve our deck and what we are presenting. So one of those was Bad Ideas Fundraise School, which is I think now it's on the way for the third batch, and it's definitely something I would recommend to everyone to join us. First, they really helped to improve the deck, but also they connected basically with many investors, which helped them then eventually to close our strategic round. So also in Q3, what happened, it's interesting story, is that there was a big event, pickleball event in India with 800 participants, and basically their platform crashed. So, and 2 weeks before the event, they're calling me saying, Nick, our platform, we know that our platform won't work for such big event, and we need your help. If you can come to New Delhi in 2 weeks, we'll use your software, and yeah, this will be your chance to show the product in life. And basically, yeah, next day I bought the ticket and came eventually to India, where we hosted our first that scale event. And during this event, we already partner up with international federation. We partner up with Japanese national federation. This is where we started discussion eventually with our first big investor in strategic round. So I would say it's a combination of luckiness and also hard work, but this event was the first milestone we achieved, which basically changed the direction we were going. So after that, we started really grow actively, because this was like event which was followed by everyone in the world of the sports. At this time, it's pickleball, and which might sound not that serious for Europeans and Latvians, but it's actually one of the biggest racket sports. It's like played by 50 million players, the biggest racket sport in USA, with around 30 million athletes. So yeah, it's like paddle in Europe basically. So since then, we also changed a bit strategy, which I called aggressive development stage. It's basically we started to sign client by client, promising him every possible feature we can do, with obviously discussing the deadlines. We started to invest heavily in development. And so I would say it's basically the idea was we're saying yes to everything, and then we're trying to deliver what we promised. Luckily, we were able to deliver what we promised. And during Q1 of the 25, we started more actively to take part in startup contests, and eventually, so one of them was TechChill, the main IT tech conference in Baltics, which were one of the winners and received support and investment from Latban. And then also after that, we went to the US, where we also became one of the winners for sports startups. And also at every conference we were signing new big partners. In the US, we eventually signed our first big organization in the US, which still to be announced, but it's one of the leading sports in the country, and we will be powering whole their digital infrastructure. And at the same place, we also signed and partner up with another big strategic round investor. And now we are actively growing, as we just recently announced the round. So basically, we now have finally funds to invest more into sales and marketing. We basically, because of our aggressive development stage, we now need to revamp all our platform UI, UX, and code, because the idea was just to fill it up with all the features, just to make sure that we sign the clients, they use the platform. And now we're at the stage where we have already enough clients and too many features, and now we need to structure them. We are now hiring not only sales and marketing, we just increase the team. So now we're already around 30 people. You've seen some part of our team on the first slide. Our average age of the team is around 25. So we're quite young. And everyone is welcome to join. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thanks for your attention, and I'm open for questions.
Yeah, so thank you, Nikita. Our plan is that we will listen to the all three speakers, and at the end, then we will take some questions and we'll have some discussions. So be ready. But now I will introduce to the stage. Thank you, Nikita. I will welcome to the stage Artis. Hello, Artis. And Artis is a it's from Liepaja.
Yeah.
It's a nice city next to the Baltic Sea. And I would say this is not just the story about the blue shock race, but this is actually blue ocean strategy in action. And let artists themselves tell the story how he built something, I would say, sustainable and friendly to our planet. And what was your journey and where are you heading? So, artists, stage is yours.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you for everyone who's here today. We are maybe a little bit different. We are in technical sports, which is auto sports, but it's still sports. So that's why I will tell a little bit story from my side, how we went through, how hard it is to build hardware technology. One of the biggest, hardest parts is we need to change complete mentality, because it's kind of giving new religion. There is gas mines, electric mines, and so on. So it's kind of hard stuff. But before we jumping in my story, to just understand, we are right now world's most fastest electric mass production go-kart with the almost zero compromise capabilities. Last weekend, we even ran like 4 hours endurance race side by side with one of the fastest gas kart classes and so on. And why it's still important, I think, in this hackathon for you guys, the hardware part, if I listen to Nikita's story, and there is more about software, it's still hard. There's a lot of things to do. And in hardware part, it's even harder, because you need to provide, let's say we are in more than 40 countries, Japan, Korea, Australia, US, right now, Brazil. And so we need to provide as well warranty, support, knowledge, charging infrastructure, and so on, which is super, super hard. You can't do it online, and this is super challenging. But right now we are the leaders in the racing. And a little bit from the story and team, we are around 30 people team. In this picture, maybe part of the team is already changed, because this is like more than a year or 2 years old picture. I don't have a new one, but this is one of the parts when you start to build your company. You need team. You can't do it yourself. You can do a lot, especially if you have energy, you have passion, vision, and you are ready. Like Nikita mentioned, like if somebody calls you, just take the airplane ticket and go to no matter where, to India, US, whatever it takes. But you need a team who build behind it. And I think in a team, it's very important thing is, I remember we working in this one already 10 years. And I remember first days, I was very close with my friends, my brother, some guys, which I know many, many years. And then we start to grow a little bit step by step. And then we started to bring in the team first full paid members or team members. And then you become as the small SWAT team. You know each other, you're 5, 6, 7 people, you know who can do what, you all are in one direction and so. But later you need to completely change your way how you're thinking, and you need to add more people. And then it becomes like kind of 30, 40 team where you need to delegate things. You have kind of layers, how you manage things. And this is actually super, super hard for the founders and company builders, because you change the mindset from one operation to complete others. And once you start to delegate, it means there is more possible mistakes. You need more ways how you organize and structure every single process. And right now, BSR are in the process where we becoming from the 30 people team structure, let's say like advanced startup company, to more like a corp. And it means basically every single process is documented. We have new CEO who manage those things, and we're building different many layers all around the world. It's super, super challenging. And I think everyone, you will need to go through this one if you're looking to expand. A little bit about the achievements, what we did, and why it's maybe so important. When we started, we didn't even can imagine that one day we will be most performing, highest performance, lightest electric racing technology in the market. We have ideas, we had direction on where we want to go. But in 2018, we was invited by Latvian mobile phone company and Latvian Autosport Federation to launch electric car championship in Latvia. We did it. The insane small amount of the budget. It's 5 times less than you can imagine what you need for that. But you just need to go through these ones, and this is your opportunity. Like Nikita mentioned, he took his flight to India and get these connections there. We had the similar situation here. If we do it, it will bring for us global attention. And the biggest challenge for us was our competitor, like Rotax. Rotax is a huge company, billion company, many tens of the years background. And they invested last 2 years at that time, 1.2 million in go-karting, which was almost 50 times than we had. It's insane. And they invested 2 years, and we had less than 2 months what we need to do with the insane limited amount of money. But we did it first, and basically we didn't get any attention. No media in the world who were making the articles, nothing. And then after 14 days, there was the first event in Germany by Rotax, and they launched it. And difference was the BSR made 15 carts. We was a little bit faster than the kids kart class. To understand, we are not fastest ones, not yet, not even close. But all our carts finished with the problems, with the many challenges and everything, but we finished. All carts finished the race. And Rotax, after 14 days, they launched like 22 carts. And almost, I think 2 or 3 cars just finished the race. There is a lot of problems. I do not want to against what our competitors doing. I always supporting everything which is in electric direction, because I really believe this technology. But because of that, rest of the world and all media just said, yes, BSR is the company who did it, and they are first. And this competition for us, with almost no possibilities to win, gave us a huge attention all around the world. And even at that time, Autosports Federation director, you can see in the picture, the small guy next to Cart, Jean Todt, at that time, came to Latvia and said, congrats, guys, well done. And challenges. I want to put a little bit attention on the challenges what the founders have. Like in our case, we as well, we understood that one of the biggest markets for us will be the US. And at that time, we didn't have any budgets and finances to be able to go to US. We don't have any contacts. We don't have federations, permissions, licenses, sponsors, nothing, drivers, zero. And I said for all my team, guys, I need to go to US and I will launch it. And it was very simple. I sold one project for Mexico. took the money, 1,500, bought a ticket in one direction to US, to New York, where I had opportunity to meet one of the first persons, which I knew from the Europe races. I rent the cheapest car at that time. It was electric. At that time, I got the Model 3 Tesla. And I promised in next 10 days, I will go around to America, no matter in which direction, no matter which location. I will go personally, meet every single person. And if they can help me to build the championship. And believe it or not, I made in 10 days 16,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles around America from the New York, Detroit, Kansas, Utah, LA, Vegas, back to down Miami, and so on, all around. And in 10 days, I get the federation permission, sponsors, bought cars, drivers, tracks, everything. This is how hard sometimes you need to work to be able to go through impossible. And at that moment, it wasn't possible that we did it. And this year we have full season. We have many drivers. You can go on American Kart League webpage. You can see references and everything. And right now, I would like to say around 30-40% of our sales right now going to US because of these all championships and events. And right now we're speaking with the world's biggest auto sports names, brands, tracks like Daytona International, Miami Speedway, Formula E, F1, and so on, so on. And they all calling to us. Parallel this one, we time to time showing what is our capabilities. We show the technology behind scenes. We are super open. We promote this. And last year, we made world's top fastest electric go-kart record in Top Gear show. 163 kilometers per hour, 100 miles. As I said, last weekend, we made 4 hours endurance race. We completed with one single electric go-kart with 3 drivers, Martin Schuss, Walters, and Richards, 250 kilometers. Nobody in the world even tried to do something like that. And this is how you get attention from the world, that you're breaking obstacles, breaking mindsets, just improving in real racing track, those things. Yeah, right now, as I said, we're launching championships all around the world. It's not easy. We need to develop basically everything. It's not that we just deliver the power units or the go-karts and they race. Example, there is the tracks where there's no power at all, zero, nowhere, somewhere in the middle of the country, and you need to run electric kart championship, and you need a lot of power to be able to charge and run them. And we had the similar this season in first stage in Ohio in US. And we needed to decide something. We can bring generators, spend a lot of diesel, charger cards, and so on. But our goal is to show technology capabilities in any direction. And what we did, we brought the Cybertrucks, electric cars, and they have such function like vehicle to load. That means we can plug the chargers in the car and charge our fleet. And we did it all championship from the one single electric car. And everybody, again, all around in championship was so amazed that this is how it works. This is how future looks like. And again, this is things which you need to go through. And you have to just understand the scale. Charles Leclerc's F1 driver, latest Meta and Ray-Ban Glass commercial. You can see the BSR card. Lucas de Grassi, Formula E champion. You can see how he drives the BSR cards in Monaco and telling the stories for others, the best thing ever tried. Sebastian Lloyd, 9 times World Rally Championship winner in Iceland, testing the BSR and promoting how the future looks like. Brad, NASCAR driver from US, buying BSR cards for practicing. Of course, Bakaru, from the rallycross, all heroes, Walters, Martins, they are supporters for us a long time, very well, the Martins from the BMW RC. Artis Leclerc's, Charles Leclerc brother, Toto Wolff's son, Formula One, richest F1 team's boss son, racing the BSR cards, JD Lecto, and so on, so on. Yeah, this is the scale where we're going. If you are successful, strong enough, do not die, survive, then somebody gives you the prizes. Maybe in the early stage, it's important. You can share how others see you, but like it's let's say today, last couple, 3-4 years, do not looking so much on the prizes. So I wanted to just tell you guys, hardware as well in auto sports as well as the sports opportunities, there's endless, and with the new technology you can open the directions which never had possible. And this is what we did with the BSR and Let's Go Kart film. Thank you.
So thank you, Artis. It's a really inspiring story. I know there was a lot of, how to say, challenging situations.
Artis, you are there?
We
Do you
had
see me?
we had you can hear me? You can hear me? Mhm. Yes. Yeah, you can hear me. Artis. So yeah, thank you for your story. I noted some questions I'd like to ask for you. And without further ado, I'd like to invite to the stage our third speaker, which is Reinholds. Hi, Reinholds.
Hey, Johan.
Nice to meet you. And right now, Reinholds will share his story about HackMotion. I definitely will ask. Will have questions about your name, but this will be in Q&A session. So, could you please share your screen?
Okay, great. So you should be seeing the screen now.
Okay.
All right. So
stage is yours.
thanks a lot for inviting. Today I will focus mostly on, since the audience I think is very oriented also about maybe the hackathon just getting started. So I'll share more of the stories of how HackMotion actually entered the global sports tech market and the lessons that we learned along the way. So first of all, just what is HackMotion? For those of you who don't know, basically it's currently a personal golf coach, and it's a wrist sensor that you wear in the hand, and it guides you and gives you advice on how to improve your golf swing. So it's a combination of hardware and software. So hardware you wear on your wrist, and then software you use either on Android or iOS device. And currently, we are really one of the leaders in this niche in the world, and we are creating really innovative UI, UX design patterns on how to teach a person the golf swing using data and all kind of interactive features. And currently, we have delivered around 50,000 units worldwide, and our biggest markets are USA and Europe, and some presence in Asia, but currently really US is around half of our market. So that's just a brief introduction and about what we do for those who don't know. So well, my main focus will be, so how did we get here, and what have been maybe some of the lessons learned along the way. So actually it started with some flawed ideas and prototypes. So the first version was to make a whole bodysuit, a very complicated solution that you would have to wear. And we actually built it. And the idea was that it would be as a coach that gives you instant audio feedback and giving you advice. And the sport that was selected first, we did snowboarding. And it actually, with a lot of work, we developed a whole body suit. And here you can see the image on the left. The person is doing a jump, a snowboard jump, and on the right you can see the simulated body that we could capture, and it's closely matching. And once we had built it, we demonstrated it in Finland to one of the biggest snowboarding academies in the world, and they said, wow, a great product, we could buy one unit. And at that moment, it really clicked that there's not that much market and not a lot of interest in doing this. And that was our first, let's say, lesson here that I want to share, is that we tried to validate the market demand a bit too late, and spent a lot of energy and resources developing a product for a market that really didn't need it at that time. And the actually successful version that we later pursued was, we were given advice to try golf. And golf is very technologically advanced sport. I myself had practiced a lot of golf, so it was helpful later stages when entering the golf market. But the first version was super simple. It was just dropping all the bodysuit and basically a 2-sensor solution on your wrist and measuring only these wrist angles. And here you can see a basic first version with some 3D animation with some boxes, super simple, just measuring the angles. And what we did is we contacted some coaches around the world and showed them these basic data that we can get. This was hand-painted by then CTO and current CEO Artis, who hand-painted these things based on the data that we could get. And we were basically asking those coaches that we found online, are you interested? And we didn't even have a website at that time. We basically did a Zoom, or at that time actually it was Skype online demos. And we said, here's a PayPal link. If you'd like to receive it in a couple months, you can transfer us $400. And that was the ultimate validation. And there's a popular book, The Mom Test, that talks about this, that if you don't actually ask people to pay for something, everybody tries to give you very good advice and very how good you're doing. Because if they're not actually ready to pay for the solution, it's not really something that they need. And when we had gotten the first of our clients to say, yes, I'm ready to commit, I'm paying you $400 just in this PayPal link, we understood that, okay, here's actual market that needs the solution. And so the big lesson one would be validating the market demand early with paying customers. So any of you who are thinking about new ideas, those who will be joining the hackathon and pursuing their first steps, then this is super important. And next, what we did is that the first hardware that we shipped to paying customers was definitely not, let's say, consumer grade. It was put together from already existing parts, not custom designed at all. That was 2018. And in some points, we even had to use just a plastic zip tie, for example, to show how basically just to get the solution out of the doors. And also the first software that we created was super basic. This was Windows app with no designer help, just the very basic. And we also started very small batches. The first batches were 15 units that we produced of the hardware and sold. And the lesson here was that we had to be ready to ship early. So we didn't say, okay, there's interest in the market now, we need several years to ship and deliver the product. We basically put together as soon as possible the first version and shipped it early to gather the feedback and then improve the product from then on. And the next phase was that to grow, we actually had to bootstrap. We had not raised any venture capital at that time. And the fact that we had no venture capital basically meant that we had no marketing budget. And we also had no golf industry contacts. So it's not that we could just go out of the door and easily sell to people like it would be maybe if you were coming from a very big golf industry country like USA. And just so you would see for context, there's around 40,000 golf courses globally. Here's some European stats that, England has around a bit below 2,000, Germany has around 700. And if you look at Latvia, we have 0.02% of the world's golf courses. And this number 9, of course, is actually a bit of exaggeration because it also counts in a lot of those small countryside courses with just a few holes. So we really, as most of you know, we're not a big golfing country, so it was not so easy to enter this industry. And what we did to acquire golf industry contacts, so we actually really just went online, and the good thing was that golf coaches, which were our first users, who were the most interested in the solution that allows them to measure what the hands are doing during the golf swing, and they're putting out their contacts online. So we went and gathered thousands of coach contacts. We made cold reach out, so basically sending just emails and trying to show them what we've built, and arrange video calls in which we could then learn more about what their needs are and what they would need as if they would become our users. And along the way, we not only managed to sell the first units, we also managed to find our true fans. So those were the coaches that were ready to go on our webinars online completely for free because they were enjoying the product so much. And they were, of course, wanting to show themselves as also the most competent and knowledgeable coaches. So we organized for other coaches these webinars. And here you can see that we were creating a lot of engaging content together. This is around 2019. I was personally running those webinars, and all it was basically a coach demonstrating what they can do with our product. And that was really something that was easy to do with a low budget, something that you maybe can do also in other industries. And then as we moved in the industry and we started to attract more attention, here you can see we went to one of the biggest the biggest golf show in the world in Florida, and the Golf Channel, which is one of the biggest golf channels in the world, invited us to be participating to present our product. And step by step, we basically were growing our influence in the industry by doing something new and doing something exciting. And then along the way, we basically have managed to scale it currently to around 1 million views per month. And the biggest YouTubers are currently creating every month, basically every day content is coming out featuring our product that is educating the players on how to use it. And this has been really one of the big fundamentals of why we have been able to grow with the bootstrap model, that we haven't raised venture capital, because we have managed to create a lot of interesting content and a lot of buzz in the industry. So the lesson 3 actually would be that you can reach and partner with almost anyone online. So you don't have to currently be in US to create deals worth that generate tens of thousands of dollars. Instead, you can just arrange a Zoom call, show the product, and get interest from those people. So the days that you definitely had to be on the spot where the golfers, majority of them are, is not anymore true. And so these are the 3 lessons. The current state of HackMotion is, as I mentioned, we are really trailblazing as the innovative UI UX design patterns that we create, all kind of interactive drills. The basic idea of the product is that once you make a certain motion, we are able to track it precisely and compare it to what the best players in the world are doing, and then give you very precise feedback on what you're doing differently and what you need to improve in your motion. And then we partner with those coaches that are recognized globally to create this content, popularizing the product. And we're doing really well. Couple last years, we've been growing exponentially our revenue. So last year, we had a record amount of sales, and we are still growing a lot this year as well. So just a quick recap on for those who are really interested to create something themselves and want to make those first steps. 3 lessons learned today that I hope you take with you is validate the market demand early with paying customers. So don't just listen to feedback, everybody saying great product, but they're not ready to pay. Second, be ready to launch and sell early. So don't wait a long time to start shipping the product. The feedback that you'll get is super valuable. And third, you can nowadays reach and partner with almost anyone online. Use it, even though you think like Latvia is a small country and there's very little golf here. We definitely shouldn't be the leaders in the world golf industry. The truth is you can do it online nowadays as well. And that has worked really well for us. And just to close, we are hiring. We're really looking for talented people, and we're not. Some of you might even be just last year students, and we are ready to accept also people who are junior but very eager to work hard. And we are looking for backend developers, content creator partnership managers to create that content online, and then also designers to make really this cutting edge UI UX design solutions. So if you are excited, then please reach out to us and we'll be happy to talk. Okay, thank you very much. I hope then the questions are coming up.
So thank you for the presentation. Just a second. Let's bring all the people to the studio. Okay. So sorry, some cold catch my voice, but we just heard, I think, 3 inspiring stories, and it means that even in a small country like Latvia, we can build global products, and for that we need some courage, and sometimes we need to push things forward even no one believes us. But actually, I'd like to start with the question for all of you. What's your hackathon experience so far? Probably you participated in one, or as a participant mentor, I don't know. And yeah, so as we are waiting for the SportHack in November, you can share your experience with hackathons.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can
Nikita,
start.
you can start.
So
Yeah.
I was quite a long time also in Web3 industry, where I was heading a business development department for the blockchain, and hackathons were like part of my life. So I was actually on both as a participant, and then for the most time I was a mentor and a judge. And I would say hackathon is the best way how founders and hackers can showcase their skills and find maybe not only a job but actually partners who would also believe in their tech, their skills, and would support on all the way of the career. And also for the like for us, for founders, it's a great way to find this talent. So I would say hackathons is the must for everyone who wants to improve, who wants to find new contacts, who wants to find future business partners. So definitely a must thing to do.
Yeah, I can tell
Okay,
a bit
good.
as
Artists,
well.
it's up. Yeah, so Reinholds, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go ahead,
HackMotion
Reinholds.
participated in also a hackathon in the early days, Garage 48. The idea didn't really come from the hackathon, but it's a good way to really do this sprint of really working hard for 48 hours. And I think this is actually key that I also try to communicate in the presentation, that you really need to ship early. And a lot of startups sit for too long without shipping anything and delivering, and they just think I'm not ready. But actually, you need to push yourself, and the feedback that you'll get based on that finished product will be invaluable.
Yeah, I've been as well several of them as the mentor and as well as the participant. And I think this is kind of business sports where you can race, find your teams, build them, race, fight. And the best thing in the end, almost all of you can win. There will be the event winner, but almost all of you can win. So that's kind of cool sport for the entrepreneurs and developers, whatever, in which hackathon you are.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. The next question, probably at the moment we hear AI term almost from every corner. Probably you can elaborate how you see how the AI will change your company and your startup in near future. Or it already changed something. Um, Start with Reinholds.
Yeah, so the surprising thing for many, our actually customers are often sending us feedback that they really love our AI solution, and that, well, the actual thing is that we generate all the feedback and the decisions ourselves. So it's human generated based on those scenarios. However, there went a lot of data analysis in there, like how to build the algorithms and how to decide based on data what to do. Currently, we are not really, let's say, generating anything with AI, but definitely the whole industry in sports technique of measurement will be changing because of the video solutions currently, that you can basically film your swing and then you can basically do a automated analysis which tracks all the points which are supervised learning models that have been trained. So definitely the industry will be changing. Our current solution doesn't really require it, but we are definitely, we'll go with the industry seeing where it's going.
Okay, thank you, Reinholds. And Artis, does cards need some AI?
Actually, it's very cool. Just a couple of weeks ago, we sent the cards to Hawaii, where is the Caltech AI driving technology development team. And they're right now building one of the fastest electric race cards driven by AI based on BSR technology. So yeah, cards as well need AI. But in daily life, yeah, almost all of our team use AI in any different ways. So it's today, it's best possible assistant what you can get if you have understanding what you want to do with it.
And then another question for all of you. So there's interesting kind of a story from HackMotion how you actually bootstrapped and grew without the funding. And but Nikita, I read the news. You recently raised round, and how easy or hard at the moment is to attract investments, and probably what could be the mm, recommendation for new founders when they think about the funding.
Yeah, I mean, so going back to your previous question, it's definitely much easier to raise if you have AI in the name of the company, or in if you're related to AI. So it's one of the recommendations. If you want to find a easier way to raise, definitely do something in AI, because there are now many VCs who are just AI focused. So like, and if you're not doing AI, then they won't even open your pitch deck. But eventually it all comes to the problem you're solving, to the traction you can get, what's the market opportunity. So just make sure that whenever you're starting to reach out to those investors, you have something to show, because obviously, like, it's one of the most important things is, first impression, and then it will be very hard to go back and and then to prove something again. So I would say my recommendation is, yeah, try to find your product fit as soon as possible, and then find the right investors, because it's also important. And as I mentioned with AI, if you're not doing AI, you shouldn't even really try and go to VCs who are doing only AI.
Okay, so right now, I know that Artis will have soon important meeting. So I'd like to say thank you, Artis, for your story and for participating today in this webinar. We wish you luck. I don't know, this is raising meeting or this is the sales meeting, but still, get some money and grow your company. And probably Nikita and Reinholds, you have some additional comments on what you just heard, and what you would like to say to participants at the moment, because we are wrapping up our the conversation. And yeah, probably there are some final notes from your side.
Yeah, I can comment. Maybe the valuable
Nikita, you
thing
can
I
start.
think
I
to remember
can. Yeah.
is to really think big and really have this ambition to go, because a lot of companies maybe in Latvia, they don't think that they can really, like if you say that from a Latvian company would be one of the leading golf industry brands in the technology sector, it would be hard to imagine. And just you need to kind of really believe that you can do it, and there's no really reason why, let's say, Americans can build some type of technology that, but we in our region could not. So to believe in yourself and have confidence, and then use all the resources that you can actually reach that market also online, that you don't have to be there, that those barriers are currently not existing. So that would be my recommendation. And then remember the lessons about trying to get paying customers early and follow their feedback.
Yeah, the paying customer definitely is the best validation, because one thing is they say, "Oh, well, we are interested," or "We will buy the stuff," and absolutely different story if they really vote with their wallet. Good, thank you, Reinholds. And Nikita, probably some final comments,
Sure.
notes,
I would
remarks.
say for me, the most important thing I want to add is that make sure to enjoy the process. You need to, without that, it will be hard, to achieve anything. I would say first build a team with which you enjoy, the time you spend it, because it basically will become your second family. Enjoy, the niche you are working in, because this is also what you'll dedicate most of your time. And then if you enjoy it, then eventually you'll achieve something, or you'll learn something, and then you'll be able to convert it into something bigger.
Great. Okay, so Reinhold and Nikita, thank you very much for taking part of this webinar. So you can stay and watch till the end. There will be additional probably 10 minutes. I will give an overview of the upcoming hackathon. But if you have some business or meetings, or dog is waiting outside, and we will understand that. So thank you for your time, and see you soon in one or another event. Good. So right now, I'd like to do the final kind of presentation, and let me show the presentation. Yeah, so SportHack Innovation Hackathon, which will happen from November 11th till November 15th. It will happen in a hybrid format, online and on-site. And shortly about us, who organize this hackathon. This is the Open Innovation Community Wind Hackers. And we do different type of events, but we organize different type of hackathons, not just about the sports, but about the media, robots, climate, mobility, and etc. And actually, 5 years ago, we organized first a sport hack, and accidentally, initially it was planned as an on-site three day weekend hackathon, but then COVID happened, and we decided, even there is a COVID outside, we should organize this hackathon, because the sport was hit quite hard by COVID. And actually, it went quite well. There was more than 200 participants from many countries, cool mentors, great expertise. So, and always people ask me, okay, what's after the hackathon? So you just build something, you pitch ideas, and what's then? And actually, the winning idea, who won the SportHack 2020, was the team Riga Kayaking, and their main idea was to build a platform where you can rent a boat and enjoy the city from water. And in short, they build the solution where you can rent different boats, select different roads within your city, and enjoy the city in an interesting and usual and active way. So this year, um, we decided it's time to organize the second edition of SportHack, and the motive of this hackathon is ideas in motion. And the main idea is for this hackathon is to take a look on sports from different perspectives and redefine how we play, how we train, and how we experience sports. And actually, there are several type of researches, and one of the researches is future of the USA Sport Tech report shows that um, many sports organization managers and owners actually think right now how to create more personalized and immersive fan experience. Additionally, they think how to make more value out of the data. And the third still is very important, how to improve and enhance play and sport and athlete performance. And based of those things, actually, we define the general challenges and themes of this hackathon. And another thing, which also was found during the research, that generative AI and AI in general will change the way how we do the sport, train, and experience. So this is the great. Some of people say this is a threat, and other people see this as an opportunity. And probably I more on that side who see that that technology is an opportunity for many new founders to build new interesting solutions. So those who are just thinking about the hackathon and never participated in one, then in short, the hackathon is a the event where people come together and work on cool ideas. And the main idea is to build something tangible, real at the end of this competition, because hackathon still is competition. And for that hackathon, we have three main challenges or themes. First is AI powered sport. It's all about the sport process, trainings, competitions, data, you name it. The second big direction for this hackathon is fan experience, how to improve fan experience through different type of technologies like the video, audio, sensors, drones. Also, there could be a lot of interesting ideas developed. And the third is the sustainable sport, where we encourage participants come to hackathon and propose interesting solutions how to make sport more sustainable, like the green materials, responsible processes, and also how we can make sport more inclusive for different groups of the people. And in addition to those three main directions, actually you can work on our partners' challenges, and we have different type of challenge partners from the sports industry, from academia, from technology industry, and those partners actually defined several challenges. I can give few examples of them. So there's one cool challenge by Decathlon who defined the challenge, help you almost to be a champion. And we see that there is a need how to engage our seniors in the sport activities. And there is statistics which show that actually in Europe, more than 60% of seniors do not actively involved and do the sports. And this is actually the challenge. The sports is good for health, for mental health, for physical health. And probably you have an idea how we can help our Oma to be a champion. Another interesting challenges from Liepāja city, where the city is looking for interesting solutions how to merge traditional sports and esports um, experience, and because those both industries live their own life, but there are some interesting projects where is kind of experimentations how to merge them. But if you are in a gaming and you have an idea how to make it still kind of real experience, just come to the hackathon and propose your cool idea. And Another challenge is from Latvian Olympic Committee. Latvian Olympic Committee during the years collected different type of data, and nowadays they just thinking about how they can use those data and get more added value, interesting insights, analytics, predictions. And if you are in data science and you're looking for specific solutions on that direction, then you can take this challenge as well. There are other partner challenges, but those are just an example. So you can read about them more about them on website as well. And the next thing, so who can participate? Sometimes people think that hackathons are just for technical people, for developers. In this case, we are encouraging during during the team formation process uh, to form your team with people with diverse skills. What it means that there is someone who could understand the specific sport, or he's a good project manager, he has or she has some business skills. Then there could be kind of technical people still who can do the coding, they can do the hardware stuff. And of course, there also should be someone who is quite creative person, create good designs, and in general implement in your solution good user experience. So who can participate in general? You can come with your own ideas. You can come with already formed teams. The minimum size of the team is 3 team members. And if you don't have a team, or don't worry, there will be the matchmaking event shortly before the hackathon. If you have just an idea, then just go to the hackathon platform, register, submit your idea, and probably you will form the team around your idea. In this hackathon also is option or opportunity to take part for the early stage startups, but there is some criteria which should be um, taken in account. And one is the product should be not commercially available, and the team didn't receive any funding from investors. Because for those folks and for those teams, actually, there are other programs and initiatives where they can participate. From timeline perspective, so right now we started like the active communication. Today is the first webinar. Next week there will be another webinar. On the 5th of November, there will be info and matchmaking session. And then hackathon will start itself. And for first 4 days, hackathon will happen in online format, and teams will actively work from 5 till 9. There will be some masterclasses, workshops from 5 till 6. Then from 6 till 8, you will have an opportunity to meet with different type of experts, business experts, sports experts, design experts, just to validate your ideas and get feedback from them. And after that, you will have other activities. But normally, you will finish active participation in a hackathon at around the 9, probably a bit longer. Of course, you can continue work after 9 or 10. It's up to you, but like the active program is for those 3 days in that time frame. And the last day, the demo day, will happen in person in Riga at Riga Strategy University, and requirement to participate in competition. At least one team member should be on site and represent the team. And then there could be the question: okay, we are, let's say, from Lithuania or Estonia or Sweden or Netherlands, and probably it's not easy to you to come to Riga. Then this is a good opportunity for you to find good team member from Latvia and also then work together, and he or she can represent you on a final. Yeah, so application deadline is November 6th. As I mentioned, day before, there will be the final matchmaking activity and info session. And after that, we will review all the submitted ideas and teams and announce the selected teams to this hackathon. Yeah, if you are interested to take part in this hackathon, then just scan the code or go to the sporthack.co, and there you will find more information, more detailed timeline, experts, and frequently asked questions. So a lot of information. And of course, it's still competition. Um, okay, let's wait for some. Or some. Let me check just. Hello, hello. Yeah, looks like I'm back. Sorry for some technical glitch, but let's go to the final presentation. And yes, so if you are interested to participate, then just register. And we also have some prizes. And the prize fund is actually big. It's 5,000 plus in different type of perks. There is some cash prizes. There is surprise prizes from partners. So be ready to compete, and in the same time to get cool prizes. And I invite you to take a part in a webinar which will happen next Wednesday. And at this webinar, we will talk about more how science education and technology redefining the sports industry. So there will be representatives from Riga Southern University, from Latvian Olympic Committee, and also from the Tilde, which is a technology company. So it will be also interesting perspective what is going on in a sports industry, and how that industry will change during upcoming months and years. Good. So this from my side is it. So if you are interested and if you have any questions, then feel free to reach out right on the sporthack@wintercurse.com. And right now, I'd like to say for you, thank you very much for taking part on in this webinar, and we can finish our webinar with the short video just to what to say, to pass some energy beats and good emotions. Okay, that's it from me. Have a good evening and see you next.
Yeah, yeah, Riga in the game. From the screen to the field, it's all the same. AI in the zone, XR in the play. We hacking the future the sport hack way. Ideas in motion, we don't stand still. Code meets passion and power and skill. From data to dreams, we shape the notion. Sport hack 25, ideas in motion. Move it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Sport hack, ideas in motion. Prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Sport hack, ideas in motion. It's 11:11, the team's logging. Online first, let the sprint begin. From Riga to the world, innovation collide. AI, coaches and data inside. Smarter performance, yeah, that's the play. Predict, prevent, push limits every day. Code the game, X, R, the crowd. We build a future, bold and loud, loud. Ideas in motion, we don't stand still. Code meets passion and power and skill. From data altitude dreams, we shake the notion. SportHack 25, ideas in motion. Move fast, dream big, take the shot. SportHack 25, give it all you got.